Hey guys, Shawn Ziem, the Connection Machine, aka the Insurance Doctor, and the host for the Network Marketing Insider, where we bring it on network marketers, affiliate marketers, and multi-level marketers, and they're sharing their story. They're talking about their skills that they've learned over the years, things that worked for them, things that didn't. I love talking about the failures and successes, and you're going to hopefully take some information, jot things down, and actually implement some of the ideas, strategies that we talk about today. Housekeeping. Those that are watching live, the least you can do, guys, hit or drop a comment, hashtag live. If you're on the replay, hashtag replay. Oh, if you want to go above and beyond, please drop a comment where you're watching from. And if you are one of those major supporters for us, please drop a favorite emoji every once in a while throughout the conversation. Just the comments, the algorithm, it helps with us and to have more reach and help more people. So without further ado, let me bring on my next guest, Jay Morla. What's going on, man? How are you?
Hey, Sean, man, how's it going? How's it going, brother? Thank you for having me on this podcast today. Greetings to all your audience and networkers out there, people that are trying to look to work from home and create a new diversified way of income. Hey, you are in the right spot. I'm following the right leader.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you taking some time out. A lot of people say, "Oh, I don't have the time to come on your show. I don't have the time." It's false. Like everyone can carve out a little bit of time to provide value, and people don't realize it. It's like it's your brand now. You can talk. It's not just an image. It's not just a post or a text. It's Jay. It's Shawn talking about things that are going to be applicable in your life and help you build yourself up to be successful. And I just hope those that are watching us, we want more action takers. And I always ask, who are you and why did you get into either network marketing, affiliate, or multi-level marketing, Jay?
Well, that is a awesome stuff. First and foremost, awesome stuff that you're doing because you are bringing knowledge to an industry that, in my opinion, is being so much demonized, pretty much, right? Because people
Yes.
don't know what this really is, but is I could say the one that has created more entrepreneurs and more millionaires by masses in the last 50 years, I would say. I will go with that record. Well, my name is Jay Morla, but my original name is Jogwes. And the reason why I say that is because I started first. I'm an immigrant that came to United States in 1999 to New York City. I'm from Dominican Republic, and in my country, all that I knew it was I had a good life in DR. My father comes from being owner of a jewelry store, and I'm from San Pedro de Macorís. All right, so instead of that city is very well known for the baseball players and very famous people. I remember my Sammy Sosa back in the day was my neighbor, and then my next door,
Yeah. Wow.
yeah, I know, right? And my next door neighbor is the mother of Fernando Tatis Jr. So I was in the neighborhood of baseballs, but I did
Wow.
not
That's
play.
fantastic.
I didn't play. So all I did was like going to the jewelry store to help my dad working, and that taught me about how to be a business owner. That taught me how to care for people, how to give good quality. So when you come to United States, it's a different world. It's a different way of living. I know what it is for an immigrant. Wake up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning in the cold, and I'm talking cold, freezing cold,
Mm,
like what we have nowadays. Because if you remember, Sean, in the last 10 years, we didn't have a weather like this. I mean, it
no.
wasn't, winters are not being as cold as what is happening right now. But in the 2000s, man, that was, I remember that in downtown Manhattan, that was like crystals, blades blowing at your face. That's how it felt like, man. And I remember waking up in the morning, taking a train, going from Bronx to Brooklyn, like, commuting every day to go to make a living. And that's when I say, okay, it's got to be so much more. It's got to be so much more. I have no college degree. I never studied the language of English in the United States. and in my country it's all laughing. I mean, Hispanic speaking. So I just
Mhm.
took a few classes there, in grammar in English. But I say, because I'm a faith. I'm a believer, right? And I
Mhm.
say, if God, you bringing me to this country, I need to speak this language, and beyond, I need to understand it. And I think that the miracle happened because I became to understand the language and to communicate. And that's what I say, I'm going to succeed because all I have is the good intention, the good heart, and I'm going to make it happen. And man, I did a few things, coming from working in a warehouse, in a roofing supply house in the Bronx and Queens,
Mm.
and driving trucks, and then moving to Tennessee and living 15 years there. That's where I developed the skills of serving people and being a contributor in the world, pretty much.
Lots of great, lots of great words of wisdom there. I want to, you talked about caring for people. I want to hear, what does that mean to you, and what are some examples of what that is, so people that are watching, they can understand when you're caring about others, you're pushing others first. It's not me first, it's you first. What does that mean? How do we help people with getting that into more of a mindset?
One of the strongest points that you can have as a human being is when you feel and understand the pain of the person that you have in front of you when it comes to a service. And I did installations for satellite. If you remember back in the day, we can say brand here probably because we're not advertising anything.
Yeah.
Dish and Direct were the major players, right?
Yep.
Into the connection, and I used to be a satellite installer and a trainer. Um, Man, and I would come to so many houses that in the South. I'm talking about Tennessee, Georgia, and all that area, and coming to people's homes with a paper in my hand. Hey, are you so and so? I'm your installer. And they would be so frustrated because the order was messed up. They was not getting. I mean, they'd be making calls to set the appointment and nothing aligned. And I would find this frustrated client that I have to develop this customer service skill into, like, hey, I know how you're feeling, but let me help you. Let me see how I can help. And I truly demonstrated to them that I was on their side. Obviously, I'm not going to speak back bad about the company, but let me see how I can mediate this
Yep.
situation successfully. This is one of the wins, is that by the time that I was leaving that home, because when a customer opens the door and is frustrated and you are the face of the company, be ready to receive anything that they throw at you, right? But guess what? By the time that I was leaving that home, they were like, "Thank you. I'm so glad that you are the person that came to my door. I'm so glad that they sent you. You found a solution." And that is exactly how you develop that customer service skill, when you put others and understand their pain and their frustration.
Definitely the pain and frustration. I agree. And yes, you're putting others first. And, it's funny. Let's bring, I always ask my guests that I've had on the past, and I say, hey, guys, and I'll text them or I'll call them. Hey, do you have anyone I can bring on the guests to be a guest with my podcast? And Carlos Hernandez was one on that I had in the past last year, and great guy. He's a service oriented guy, a helping others kind of guy. And he's like, Shawn, I got you. And what I liked about how he said, I tell people, set it up with a text message introduction. He took it a step further. He set that up, but he also said, Shawn, and he calls me. I see Carlos Hernandez in my phone, and I only put the people I want to talk to are in my phone with their name. If you
Right.
call me, your name's not in there, I don't answer the phone. It goes right to voicemail. So Carlos Hernandez comes up. Hey, Carlos, what's up? Hey, I know I set you up a text message introduction to have somebody come on the podcast. I wanted to set it up right now. And I'm like, okay. So he patched Jay through. We had a conversation. We built rapport. We felt the energy. And that's how things happen. If you're in network marketing, affiliate marketing, multi-level marketing, you have to be building relationships. and always opening and taking opportunities when you have them. Some people, I say, hey, you want to be on the show? No, I don't have the time. But Jay, you took me up on it, and I want to find out why.
Well,
Why
Shawn,
did you take me up on it?
Shawn, well, you mentioned my friend Carlos. Carlos Hernandez is a guy that I respect, that I love. He's a friend, and he's a true servant of his community. He's a true servant of his community. I mean, he's been in real estate for 25 years, helping. He
Yep.
been in all the businesses, owning like bodegas, and he truly know the how the daily living of the Latinos and other ethnicities in the USA, okay, that he's connected to and he's always contributing. So when he told me about you and what you do, I say, Carlos, I got no doubt, of course, because that's really important. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not that I get a call from everybody, hey, come talk on my show. No, I mean, I don't show up to everywhere and anywhere, but because Carlos connected with you, and I know that he's gonna present a network. That's the power of networking. You people don't know what that is, and it's either you're in or you out. It's either you click or you
Yep.
don't click. It's either water or oil, or it's gonna be all water. So things can be washed off. Okay. So he say, "Hey, I introduce you to Shawn. Give me a good representation of you." And I say, absolutely, Carlos, let's do it. And when we spoke last week, it was a great conversation. And here's what you want to look for when you are networking is connect with people like minded,
Mm-hmm.
okay, that has the focus on helping others, developing self-development. Because if you one thing that we have to take from this program and all those that are in network marketing, MLM, and things like that, it begins with the self-development, and be ready for the change, be ready to for your personal growth, and also it's going to reflect in the growth of others.
100%. And it's something that everyone should be doing. Um, the eyeballs that you get on doing video are tremendous. People use social media, and everyone that's watching should be using social media. A lot of the companies, they might have images or scripts to use, but doing what we're doing right now, you're able to share, hey, I was on a podcast. Hey, I have a podcast and I talked about this, this, and this. You have more credibility. It's not a traditional website. Like everyone, a big thing a lot of people have to understand in network marketing, as Jay was saying, you're networking, you're growing your business, you have to build traffic. You have to have funnels. So you have people that they go through something to weed them out, basically qualify, so
Right.
that you know who's really tire kicker or who is just going to waste your time. You want to be working with those that have gone through your funnel, that have answered a couple questions. You find out that where they are with their mindset, and that's where you want to work with them from that point forward. Do you agree?
Absolutely agree. And I'll tell you this because in my story, I was in the area of brick and mortar, like not regular 9 to 5. I done construction, I done installations. Um, but I remember in 2009, about 2007, I remember that I was on a roof jumping from one house to another to
Oh,
do satellite
jeez.
installation. Yeah, I'm talking about on a 40-foot ladder. That if anybody out there knows what it being climbing a 40-foot ladder, that thing up there wave you all like you're thinking that you're gonna fly. And my daughter was very little at the time, and I say, What about if I fall from here one day? What about if I'm not there to provide for my family? I say, I need something else. I need to create a business. I need to get out of the more of a risk mode. And if I need to become somebody else, if I need to be transforming my life and learn new skills, I'm open to do that. Now, remember, I'm talking about 2009, okay? And this is when an opportunity, my first opportunity was presented to me. I don't know if you remember the company Monavi. All right. Monavi was
Yeah.
huge network marketing company with the acai berry juice that came on a wine bottle, and everybody was crazy about it. Developed a lot of millionaires, and by that time is when I experienced to be on a conference call with 100 people from different
Mm,
parts of the United States and the world. I'm talking that back then, internet was not fast,
right.
cameras, videos, video conferencing was not an option. All you had to do is like dial this number and get on a conference call. And that experience right there is what I, can say that have the advantages and the benefits that I enjoy today. Why? Because we started reading books together. We started knowing about the industry, knowing about what MLM really is. And I had the blessing of having very good teachers at the time, and also being involved with different levels of key persons in the community. For example, I was a construction worker or I was a satellite installer, but I'm in a conference call with a doctor. I'm in a
Mm,
conference call with an engineer. I'm in a conference call with a system engineer or a nurse. People from different background. Okay, we are sharing the same dreams and the same goals to achieve, and that's what I found a plane like a level. They call it plane level field, something like that.
yeah. Level
That you
level
say
playing field. Yep.
I can connect with this, and that was amazing experience from there.
I love that you share that. Yeah, I like being on Zoom calls and with network marketing and multi-level marketing, you can be global. I was on a conference call, a Zoom call yesterday. I'm in the US. I had somebody in Sweden. I had somebody in Africa, and we had conversations. It was 4 in the afternoon by me, but it was like 10 or 11 o'clock at night. There's times I've done, and you're able to communicate and motivate and inspire other people around the world. It's an incredible thing. And you said having an open mind. A lot of people go into things thinking they know everything, and you're always should be. And I'm 48 years old. I'm still learning. I went to college. I did the book work and all that stuff. I'm always picking up new books. I'm always picking up tips and strategies from my guests and what they do. And I kind of incorporate, I'm an action taker. So a lot of people might watch this stuff and it goes in one ear and out the other. I like
Mhm.
to process and then actually implement. Now, we've been talking about a lot of great things. Here's something I would love to hear about. If you could think about a failure that you had in your past, how did you deal with that failure with business? If you
Well,
remember anything back then.
absolutely. Mainly with the same company when I started network marketing, because you're talking about big numbers. You are talking about big dreams, and you get surrounded with people that are, selling millions of dollars and making residual $50,000 a month, $100,000 a month. And that comes like, yes, I see the success of somebody else, but when that's going to come to me? And back in the days, remember that the tools that you have, it was two things: learn, read books, grow, and build 100 names list and go work at it on your warm market. So
Yes.
you call your auntie, you call your friends, you call your cousins, you call everybody on the business to try to sell a product and make it a living with that. My mind was not so much onto selling the product because I do believe in the product, but my mind was more into developing how can I get to a level that I have a home-based business. I'm
Yes.
very, very family oriented. I like to be close to my kids. I like to be accessible. Like if I'm doing a presentation or whatever, but my kids, I need to pick up my kids to school. I like to have that freedom. Or better yet, if I can do the business from any other point in the world. If I'm in Dominican Republic, like for 2 months, I'm still generating business and it's not depending on a physical location. Well, my failure was at that time that internet, FaceTime, Zoom, Skype was the only available By that time,
Yes.
it
Yep.
wasn't as fast, it wasn't as effective. Okay, so um, it wasn't there. I was like too ahead of what I wanted, and then I exhausted my resources talking to people, and then the auto chips and people say, yeah, I want the product, but they canceled because they felt that it is an expense and not the benefit. So the level of education of the communities is one thing that challenge your professionalism, and you have to constantly keep going at it, and at the same time you're exhausting your resources, you're exhausting your credit cards, because you want to keep
It,
at it, and so much that happens, and it's easy to just say, this is not for me, I just quit.
and everyone, and I'm glad you said that. A lot of people will give up within the first couple weeks, couple months. I tell people stick it for 6 months, stick it out for a year. If you don't make your money back, like I'm in one product now, one service, I made my money back already. And I was in there, I'm in it for 1 year. I'm going to continue with it because I know it can grow. I haven't put my heart into it. I haven't used the tools. What I
Right.
found recently is in network marketing by learning, because I'm a teacher, I'm a phys ed teacher. I'm not a network marketer, affiliate marketer, multi-level marketer. I like the model because you can leverage other people. I'm in a platform now that I brought 18 people into. Now, here's the power though. I'm teaching those people how to market. I give them images. I do all the videos. I don't mention my link. I said, use my videos, use my link. What does that do? Now, the 18 people I brought in, I have now in my referrals almost 250 people. I don't know the 250. I know the 18. That's the power, guys. Trying
That's
to
the power.
help duplicate, help others. We talked about caring for people. That's the mindset. And I appreciate you sharing the failure. Nothing's really a failure. I always tell people it's not a failure. It's something you are now going to learn from and grow. And I tell my kids too, reflect so it never happens again.
That's
Learn
right.
from others. And that's the powerful because you should be failing. The ones that fail the most are becoming most successful because they went down the dark paths. And I love
Yes.
that you wanted to have a home-based business. It is huge. You could just take your phone out and work a couple hours at the beach in DR or anywhere in the world on your time. You can, if you're an affiliate marketing, you could do something, a video, you could do some images, put a link out there, and it's working on social media. It's a powerful way of doing it. And you could do it out of your house. Jay's got his office right. You can see his background. Simple. You don't have to have a big thing. I have a screen on mine. That's why you don't see behind me. But I'm changing it. But you don't need that. You just need to be consistent on certain things, and those certain things are specific to you.
That's right.
And if you start doing that, like one, pick the phone up. What are some tips we can share with people with using the phone with network marketing?
Oh my God, we got a pound on this. The amount of tools and resources that we have today
Mm,
that weren't available 20 years ago. um, I deviated my time, my expertise from products and network marketing, and wanted to go into financial literacy and financial education. That's why I
mm.
became an insurance agent in 2015. I got my license, and then it's related to helping people.
Yeah.
Okay, it's related to helping people. Actually, I care for families, making sure that they are protected, making sure if one of the one of the parents pass away, kids are good, they taking care, they don't lose the house, and all those type of scenarios. So by going on that path of insurance, I say I always trying to look for, okay, I'm not going to repeat what just everybody is saying about insurance. I want to see why my services is different, what I'm offering. So I know companies out there that they are so-called brokers, but they only sell one product. They can only help a family with
Right.
one specific company, and that's it. And that is the captive model. I don't like being captive. I like to have a lot of
Agreed.
resources. So that's why I became a life insurance broker, where I partnered with more than 48 companies. Okay. That when I sell a product to my client, it's not because that's the only thing that I have for them. No, let me hear you. Let me do a financial analysis with you, and let me tailor. I mean, what's the best way to dress up when you go to a wedding, to a big gala, to a big party? You just don't go to Walmart or to Burlington
Right.
to purchase a suit, right? You like to have a custom tailor that is going to tailor it to your measures, and you're going to be, we call it pimp up, ready to go. So it's the same thing that we do, tailor plans for our clients. And it's amazing how nowadays, with a phone, we can send a text message, we can send a video information. Hey, this is Jay Morla. This product, what it's going to do for you is ABC. Contact me back. I'm pretty sure that I would like to have a conversation and answer all your questions. Boom. You create a video like that, send it to your clients, and mainly I'm developing my own system that I have to come through the failures with years to developing a system that works for me, and is my IIL system. Be intentional, have your ID, your identification of who you are, and develop your leadership skill. All right. When you develop your leadership skill, you know who you are. You let people know what you are about, and you are intentional into helping them. You don't need much. That's why I say to my teams, I have, like you mentioned, you talk to people in Africa, Switzerland, and different. That's the part of networking. Carlos and I actually are running a team in California. They are on the West Coast, 3 hours behind, and I got trainings every week at 12 midday, but it's 9 o'clock for them in the morning, and they connect. And then sometimes it's 12 midnight for me, but it's 9 for them. And they say, Jay, I have a meeting with this big customer. Can you help me? Absolutely. I'm going to help you because I'm here
Mm.
as your leader to collaborate with you. It doesn't matter if for me it's 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock, but you know what? Because I love what I do, it's worthy. It's worthy, and I can play with my time because I don't have to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning to show up to a job. So I can go maybe to sleep a little later at night, 1, 2 in the morning, but I can wake up, at 8, 9 o'clock in the morning too. All right. So it's a balance that you're trying to create, and with the tools that we have today, and this is very important, and that I want your audience to capture this right now, who you are. That's why my system, the IIL system, what you show to people, you might have your business card from your business, or whatever trade that you're showing, or you might have a website. Fine. But let me tell you this, that is not enough, because now things has changed so much that even when you get the first impression of the customer or the prospect that you want to bring to your business, and you interact with them, the second thing that is going to happen is that they're going to validate what you just told them in
Yep.
person. Before, that was not necessary. You come with your presentation, you dress nice, your hair looks good, you smell good. People buy what they see, and you, John, many guys that built an empire showing up in nice cars, nice suits, even though if they were rented.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
and,
Yes.
and people didn't even know, but the impression was like, whoa, he's making a killing, when they were totally broke. Now is different. To impress somebody, or to engage with a good prospect or a client, is not just what they see in person. They're gonna go online. They're gonna go on social media to see what you are about, what you're teaching, what is it, how you behave on that social media profile.
Yep.
And by the way, there are jobs also that on their recruiting method, they see and they look at your social media. You might be looking good on the interview, but if they see that your life doesn't align, they go like, nah, that's this. And that's
Yep.
something that probably nobody's talking about.
I like this, guys. Again, IIL, intentional identification and you have that leadership qualities. You definitely are. Those are important to have. And I appreciate you sharing that. Man, the time flies when we have these podcasts. I appreciate everyone that's tuning in. Those that are just popping in now, you're gonna have to wait till the uploads. But I want you all to, don't forget, go to the description, take a look at Jay's all of his information. I want you to follow him on the socials. I want you to set up a call with him, see if what he's doing is a fit for you. And that's what I always share with people. I'm like, look, maybe some things that don't want people that want to, that are my friends, don't want to do what I'm doing. They might want to do what they're doing with Jay. So definitely reach out. You know, he has the energy, he's passionate in what he's doing. Please don't forget to hit that share button. Take a look at a couple of these playlists. Jay, stick around for a moment. And everyone else, again, I'm here always to help you, motivate you, and inspire you. Have yourself an amazing rest of your day.